Tommy,
Yes, darling.
what's that?
This is the Book of Amun-Ra.
Oh, is it good?
Yeah, let me read you a quick passage.
No, you must not read from the book! Welcome back to No Country for Old Films. I'm Regs, he's Tommy.
Hello, hello.
And we're talking about movies that we have watched over and over and over again.
There's just some movies that we grew up with that we know so well we can even remember where the ad breaks are. So join us as we go further than nostalgia. And on this trip of nostalgia this episode, we are joined by the fantastical Mr. Angus Porterhouse Steak of the Sequel Sucker podcast. Hey, Gus, how are you, mate?
Great. How you going? Porterhouse Steak of the Sequel. You said it so confidently. I was like, is that my name? I honestly was like,
maybe I should make it my name.
I thought of it, and then I wrote it down, and now that is for life.
I mean, I'll
Amazing.
take it. Honestly, that's pretty, definitely more distinctive than Brown. I'll take that for sure. It's a way better name.
Gus, thanks so much for joining us on this episode. We really appreciate it. But before we start, guys, we need your help. If you like what you're hearing, please, please, please hit subscribe wherever you're listening, whether that's a podcast or on YouTube. Give us a like, and while you're there, you could just give us 5 stars. Wouldn't 5 stars help everybody, Gus? You could give us 5 stars in the background, couldn't you? 5 it is.
5 fingers, which is better than 5 stars.
It's better than 5 stars. We would appreciate all this.
Especially if you do
You
it
can
right.
find us everywhere on No Country for Old Films, on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. Come find us, guys. On with the show.
Yes, almost. It's the first time, only episode 2, and we've already had a fisting joke during the rundown.
I should have asked in the pre-show chat, like, if there's an age restriction on this. Is this are you trying to? Is this a family show?
Are you ageist, Gus?
No. I just want to know.
This is
I
this
see where this is
podcast.
going.
This
Graphic I
podcast
can
is
be.
actually just for mummies and daddies, and that'll make sense when I introduce the movie of the week.
You have unleashed the creature that we have feared for more than 3,000 years. He will never stop.
This week we're covering an absolute gosh darn classic. It's The Mummy from 1999, not The Mummy from 2017.
Did I watch the wrong movie?
I fucking hope not.
my
Because
Everyone
God.
who watched The Mummy from 2017 watched the
Tom
wrong
Cruise was phenomenal in this film.
I like that everyone who watched The Mummy in 2017 watched the wrong movie. That was you got the wrong.
Full stop.
It's an absolute banger. I remember it, and I'll ask you gentlemen as well. I remember this being the first DVD I ever owned.
Wow.
I bought a DVD player and The Mummy in the same transaction.
That's a good day.
And it was because it was a double disc in one of those fatter cases.
Oh, yeah.
And I watched all the special features, none of which were any good. And it's a fucking banger. It still rips. And but I didn't have it on VHS. Either of you guys have it on VHS?
Gus?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm not a heathen. I had it. I had it on VHS. I can't remember where I bought it from. It was probably from like a Target or somewhere. Because it was. You will probably remember this. The smaller VHS cases. So it wasn't like the big chunky one you would get from the video store. It was like the
Like
thinner,
made of cardboard?
cheaper ones. No. It was still made of plastic, but there was no edge to it. You know how you used to have that sweet edge around VHS case? You get your fingers in and pop
that's
it
right.
open. It was almost smooth
down.
to the edge, and so they could cut down in size, obviously to save like 4 cents a case in making them. But it was a very small case, and I remember when I bought it, the case felt cheap, and I was like, "This isn't right for a movie this quality. This isn't fair. I want the thick, chunky case, not this tinny piece of crap. This isn't doing it justice."
That's so weird. Ironically, Smooth to the Edge is the name of Reegs' sex tape. But I had a very different memory of watching this film.
Because I keep getting sand jobs. That's, ladies and gentlemen, that's where someone gets a handful of sand and beats you off.
Or a gobby with a big mouth made of sand. Who knows?
Exactly.
That's maybe in this movie as well.
A mummy gobby.
My first memory of this movie is actually really random because this came out. I don't know. You guys have a different rating system in Australia to we have in the UK. We go. It's like U for everyone, PG, and then it's 12. and then 12A now, and then 15. Yeah, I know they do it by age. Who would have guessed? And
Fucking
then
backwards colonial.
18 is the old movie. This came out, it was a 12 rating, and I just remember this came out like a month after I turned 12. So I remember, if anyone is counting, you'll be able to catch how old I am. So this was the first movie I ever legally saw at the right age. I was buzzing. I was like, I'm going to go and see The Mummy.
And no one's going to stop me.
No one is going to stop me.
And I'm going to travel down the street giving it chim, 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 chiree because we're in fucking little old London town.
Yeah, of course. I had a little umbrella, and I had one of those things that I shoved up the chimp. Oh, this is going really badly. I cleaned the chimney with my little brush thing. It was a wonderful day.
Your class is showing. It was like, oh yeah, I had an umbrella to clean the chimney. That's what you use, isn't it? Meanwhile, some poor fucking boy died in the chimney of your family home because you just like, get up there, boy.
Well, I tell that if I were talking in my proper accent, I should sound right like this. So yes, I would be up chimneys or down, man. I'd be right down there, Gus. I tell thee.
Had you dampened it? Is the one that you do now not it?
No, it's really not. This is the voice I've always had, but like it's really funny. If you give me like 3 beers, the little subtle inflections start coming out, and I'm a bit more like Yorkshire like this. It just starts. I can't help it. It just happens to me. But yeah, I of course had this on Verheer's as well. Like my Verheer's was well worn, mostly from seeing Anaxa Namoon. I never said it right. So many times. Oh my god. So many sexual awakenings in this film. We've started really strong, by the way.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
That's that's what's up. Also, 3 beers is makes you more British. That's what it takes to get my mum to be especially racist. You would have been roughly my age when this came out. Like, was it a high school kind of thing? Did you all go and check it out at the cinema or anything? Or
yeah, like I grew up in a small country town that didn't have a cinema, so going to the movies was like an hour drive away. So someone's mum had to do it, and luckily my mum was very into movies as well. So that's how I got to see all the good stuff. And so I was like, opening weekend, I was like, I don't need to know anything about this movie except the guy from Encino Man is in it, and it's a mummy. Let's fucking get in the car. Mum was like, yeah, great. So we drove. I saw it before I knew it was at my school, and it was probably like a solid 2 weeks before most of my friends got around to seeing it, if at all. So I was just a god king. I was like, you have no idea. You have no idea. Your life is about to change. You don't understand.
You're not ready for the mummy.
The special effects will blow your mind. And oh my god, this chick, you have no idea. And just and the dude, he's like the coolest dude. Oh man, this movie.
He's the coolest dude. We skipped right over this. This was Stephen Sommers, and this is like his peak movie. I don't think he ever did anything anywhere near as good as this. But your Brendan Frasers, your Rachel Weisz, John Hannah. Like, where did he go? Like, Arnold. I always say his last name wrong. It's Vosloo. What again? So many sexual awakenings. This was like Indiana Jones reimagined for our era, and I fucking loved it.
How did you feel as an Englishman? How did you feel about Jonathan being your representation on the screen? That's
professional coward.
That's how the rest of the world sees your people. Rick O'Connell is quite literally the coolest man to ever live, and then Jonathan is crying in a pith hat.
Well, he's stealing stuff.
He managed to steal stuff and be racist all at the same time. He was the perfect representation of British people in the 30s. Like, what more did you want?
30s,
that's all right. 90s, for us, for me, I guess it was good representation seeing a prison.
Seeing someone in prison and then come out and make a better world. That's our people. That's
like
what
we've all done.
Have a haircut and a shave and just be a beautiful, beautiful man.
What an amazing
this
scene
did spawn,
that is too.
Yeah, you're right. This did spawn a sucky sequel or two. So, like, it's the perfect movie to have you talk about, Gus.
It is. We've actually... We've done Scorpion King movies. That's the
there's more Scorpion Kings than mummies, which is wild.
There's Mummy 1, Mummy Returns, Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, which has got abominable snowmen in it, which is excellent. But there's
got Jet Li in it for some reason.
And Jet Li, yeah.
And Michelle,
yeah. Okay, all right. I'm in the right area.
Yeah,
but no Rachel Weisz.
Not Rachel Weisz, but still Evie, which I'll never forgive.
Interesting.
It's Maria Bello.
Yeah, they recast
who I
Evie.
mostly remember from History of Violence for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Check out that movie. I must tell you though, gents, 1999 is a banger for movies. Just check this out. Just as a rough rundown of good stuff, big stuff that came out. Okay, some of these aren't good movies, but they were big movies.
Some of these
Analyse
are
this.
just movies.
Yeah. Analyze this: Bicentennial Man, Stuart Little, Mystery Men, Wild Wild West, The Mummy, Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, 10 Things I Hate About You, Big Daddy, Deep Blue Sea, Austin Powers: The Spy Who Shagged Me, Tarzan, the Disney one, Sleepy Hollow, Any Given Sunday, Blair Witch Project, American Pie 1, Iron Giant, The Insider, Virgin Suicide, South Park: Bigger, Longer, Uncut, The Boondock Saints, Girl Interrupted, Office Space, Magnolia, Man on the Moon, Talented Mr. Ripley, Being John Malkovich, The Sixth Sense, Toy Story 2, Eyes Wide Shut, Green Mile, American Beauty, The Matrix, and motherfucking Fight Club. That's a good year.
God damn.
That is a good year for cinema.
I
If
saw
you can
almost
guess-
every one of those in the cinema too. That was
Yeah, right on.
peak me at the movies. It was great.
If you can guess which one in there was the name of Gus's sex tape, I'll give you $10.
It was Stuart Little.
Nah. But I was going to go with Virgin Suicide.
That doesn't bode well.
This is going to be a
terrible.
terrible episode. I'm going to see it already.
I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, second episode, we're already alienating our guests.
It's
Cool here.
What an
It's
amazing
funny 'cause it's
year
true.
for movies.
Yeah, it was incredible. Like it blew my brain out the back of my head. How and also like what you were just
As a
listing
virgin.
there. What you're just listing there is like incredible because it's such a spectrum. Like
Yeah.
you had massive like family fare, like Stuart Little and Bicentennial Man. They were huge movies, even if they haven't really lived on in the consciousness. But then like Toy Story 2, everyone was like, I'm fucking seeing that movie. But then Fight Club is rearranging the way people see movies. And then over there, The Matrix is rearranging the way people see movies. And then kind of sitting
Yeah.
in the middle is this perfect, like, hey, we're redoing a universal horror film, but we're making it the coolest shit you've ever seen. And like you said, we're taking Harrison Ford's iconic character and we're bringing it into the 90s and it's going to fucking rock. I feel like The Mummy sits at the perfect like middle point of all the other films of 99 because everyone saw it and everyone was like, dope. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think we were talking off mic and just saying, I feel like people watch it now and it's kind of maligned for, the effects are shit. They weren't then.
I actually really
They
like
were
them. That's
good
something I
then.
was going to call out in this. Let's do a bit of a review rewind, our first actual segment of the show, shall we? And
Ooh,
talk
we have actual
properly
segments.
about this movie. But that's the first thing I wanted to talk about in this segment. I actually watched this, as we all have now, is we have big screens. We all sit there and we can look at films from the 90s and go, well, the special effects were rubbish. I loved it. I thought all of them were great. The bit when old mate, the mummy himself, like half his face was left. I was like, this is fucking great. This is what I want to see.
Sandstorm takes down that suicidal pilot
100%.
with the big mouth.
Even the
Fucking
credits,
excellent.
like the opening credits, the digital kind of titles that come in of The Mummy. I remember like a couple of years ago, I watched this and I was like, oof, that's dated. And then this time around, I watched it. I was like, that's fucking 1999, baby. Like it's become, I think we've gotten far enough away from it that like, it is nostalgic to see the effects not quite be amazing, but who gives a shit? Like they're cool and they look right for this movie.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you. When was the last time you watched this film? Obviously, prior to having watched it in the last few days.
This, I reckon it was not that long ago. Honestly, it was a couple of years.
Yeah.
And it was a couple of years ago because I was like, oh shit, I haven't watched The Mummy in a couple of years. And then I went out and bought the Blu-ray and was like, oh, this is heaven. I was like, I
It's a good
understand
flick.
drugs watching this movie. Like you can quit The Mummy if you want, but it's always there. And as soon
It's
as you
always a
watch
part
it,
of
you're
you.
like, I want to do this all the time. I want to watch this every day, forever. And to the exclusion of all other things, I will neglect my children just so I can watch The Mummy again. This is the best thing. I will steal to get more copies of The Mummy. I have to have. It's so good.
It's like crack. It is. Hi,
It's
I'm
happening.
Regan. I watched The Mummy.
I like long walks on a beach.
I've seen it at the cinema twice in the last 18 months. They did
Really?
They did a double bill of it at the Nova with Returns, and then I saw it again. It was like a late night matinee at the Cameo where I go to all the time. This year, so I've seen it a bit. But what I like about it, and you're right, everybody's on fucking 11.
Yeah.
It's just, especially Frasier, like he's just he sings
Frasier's
in
in
this
this?
role because he's so over fucking Frasier's in this. Niles, damn it.
And Niles.
He's so big, but yet it is like that line that we were talking about in the chat was like, hey Betty, looks like you're on the wrong side of the river. Like he's just, that's too much. Like Mr. Summers should have been like, hey Brendan, want to take that down just one notch? But he says
Absolutely
no.
never.
And they just don't make movies like this anymore outside of franchises. And the other thing that struck me last night watching it is it's amazing how fucking short it is considering how much happens.
Punchy.
It's 2 hours and 4 minutes. And it's packed.
You're right, in and out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stop the whole time. Like every setup, even in a fucking library, they're like, you know what? While we're in this library, let's knock all the shelves over. It's too still for too long. Let's fucking go. Like there just never is a point where you're resting and being like, this is exposition. It's like, nah, fucking break it. Let's see what happens next. Burn the
The
boats. Who gives a
exposition
shit?
that starts the film is like Ardeth Bay's character. Ardeth Bay is the character. Odette Fair is the actor. He's fantastic. Talk about sexual awakenings. Jesus Christ. Tattooed daddy. Horse daddy. But that's weird. His like opening thing, how he tells you what happens, that's an action sequence.
Yeah. The whole time.
You know, like every bit of exposition happens during an action sequence. It's one of the best, like in terms of structurally, it's one of the best scripts I think I've ever seen. And I read the script a few years ago and it's just tight as fuck. Like they weren't thinking sequel. You know, they were like, let's take this and what works now and the Indiana Jones stuff and blend it all together. And it was this artifact that just happened to spawn some sequels. But I don't think they had that in mind when they jumped on it, you know?
You made a great point when you were talking about like that specific quote needed to be on the poster for this. You're on the wrong side of the river. There are so many quotable lines in this. Like, And I remember, I'm similar to you guys. I watched this maybe a year ago, maybe a little under. But it was so funny because I remember absolutely every beat of it. Like, I probably hadn't seen it for 15, even 20 years to that point. And I was like, boom, I'm in. I remember absolutely everything that's happening here. I remember this betrayal. I remember that person doing that, the whole thing. And I just love, like, the quotable scenes, like the bit where old mate John Hannah does Shaun of the Dead before Shaun of the Dead, you know, where all the zombie guys are all over and he's like, Imhotep. Like, things like that. It just gets me every time. And I will always laugh at that. Always.
And there's some legitimately like creepy bits of it, you know, cutting out the guy's tongue and,
horror moments,
and then coming to get him later and, you know, that kind of the curse part of it. Because you've got that. And then they go to fucking the City of the Dead, and then they go back there at the end, like but then there's blood in the water, and the fire ran down from when the mummy comes out, and the plagues and all that. It's just, you're right, Gus. It just doesn't stop. It just goes.
No, and I always found it like really fascinating because I have always been obsessed with horror, and I was like, horror is the fucking coolest. And watching this is like, it's not horror at all, but
it's not.
It's definitely like, we're going to take all the best bits of horror and then make it the widest appeal possible. And if you watch it and you're like, what have they stolen from horror movies? It's everything. But they've been like, okay, now how do we flip this so that it, you know, a 12-year-old can watch this and not freak out? And it's perfect. Like, it's so tight. It's so clever. All the tension, all the release, all like, you've got to have the comedic relief. You've got to have the guy who's like there that nobody really likes, who's going to get it in a horrible way. You know, I forget his name, the prison guard, who literally has like bugs under his skin, in the insides of him, driving him insane. Like, the way they play it is kind of funny, but when you think about it, it's like, that is horrific. That's one of the most horrific things I've seen in cinema, is like the bug crawling under the cheek into his brain, and he's still alive and aware and can't do anything about it. Yeah, that's if you change the score, that's a horror movie. That's the only.
It's super interesting you say that. We have another segment which is modern rewatch, and I thought, and so a lot of my notes are about that and the things this film specifically has influenced me subconsciously without me knowing about. Like, I've always been fucking terrified of scarab beetles. When am I ever going to... why?
He's going to run into one.
It's like quicksand.
Yeah, that's like quicksand was going to be my reference.
Tomorrow,
we're all waiting for quicksand to be a bigger part of our lives.
I always assumed I'd be on the street and someone would just offer me drugs. It just doesn't happen unless you're in Thailand. Like, it's the same thing. Like, I'm never going to run into a scarab beetle, but like you say, like, it's terrifying. It clearly got into my brain as like a very... naive, let's say, 12-year-old. Like, there's so many bits, and I think you can tell this almost has like Sam Raimi vibes to me. You can tell this director's got some horror in his background. You can tell he sort of mashed a bit of that together, or at least he has a love for horror, because it's definitely there, right?
Well, the picture he did before this, or the first sort of feature that he did, it might have been before this, he might have done something else as well, I haven't checked, but was Deep Rising. And it was about a tanker or something that was sinking, and it's got Treat Williams in it, and it's about sort of like underwater sea alien things killing people. That's a straight up horror movie.
Great movie. I love it. And
then immediately after doing The Mummy Returns, he did Van Helsing with the Hugh Jackman's.
Yes.
And that is a shit heap.
Yeah, right.
But it was
Absolutely
trying to be it was trying to do the same thing that The Mummy did, but was like just completely the wrong path, I think, in terms of how to do that, because you couldn't match it in the same way, because vampires actually have to be horror.
Right.
Whereas mummies can be sand going through a keyhole, which is still fucking awesome.
Right. I do have some nitpicks for that, though. Maybe jumping ahead of things here, but like, wouldn't it have just been quicker to go under the door rather than waiting for it to fall all the way through? I'm like, dude, like, he's not the most intelligent mummy. That's all I'm saying. Like,
he's not the most intelligent mummy. Did you hear that, Gus?
He's probably never come across a door with a keyhole before. Like, they didn't have doors
with an opening
when
underneath.
he died.
Normally they're beaded curtains or a sheet.
Yeah, so he probably looked at it and was like, well, the hole is straight through this door. That's a flaw in the design. He doesn't know you can go on. He's like, I'm going through the hole in the door. That is the sensible way to do it.
Yeah, and he doesn't wear any clothes. He doesn't know what doors are. He doesn't know what doors are.
His clothes and the curtains that are the doors in his time were very similar, so he probably just did the same thing and brushed them aside.
Yeah, exactly.
I tell you one thing I did remember, though, which while I was watching this was, I definitely remembered where the ad breaks were when this was like playing on TV.
Oh,
like,
yeah?
100%. I remember there was a bit, and I specifically even remember the first advert that came on after it. It was like some stupid fucking toothpaste advert or something, but the bit where the old vet, what's his name? It's escaped my brain. Walter. Loved that character. We'll talk about him in
He's
a
a
minute.
fucking Muppet, that guy. He's an actual Muppet. Like, I'm pretty sure Jim Henson designed him.
When you were talking about British people in the 30s, there's your stereotype.
Yeah.
That bit when he crashes and that bit where it hits the ground and they check on him and they go like, yeah, definitely dead. That dude is now quicksand again. It's back twice in one episode. That bit when you see it start to sink, boom, ad break. And I remember my brain just took me back to a better time, and I was like, I don't even think about taxes at this point in my life.
Neither was he, actually. So
sinking into the ground, probably not.
No.
So Regs, were there any bits of this that you, when you were watching it back on your DVD player, any bits that you would like fast forward or rewind? It's obviously a tight script, so
the divd. This is definitely a rewind situation, and the one that got me again last night was at the end when Evie's sort of strapped to the table and she's about to Enoxenamune.
Oh, I see.
Sort of, reborn her. And Rick has the sword and he's taking out mummies one after the other. It's just a long sort of tracking shot alongside him.
Yeah.
He's taking out mummies like it's fucking Jason and the Argonauts style.
Yeah.
Well, they're definitely not there, but he's having a sword fight with a bunch of mummies, and one like juggles its head and then he hits it. Like, that is a really beautiful set piece, and it still holds up to me, and I just enjoy watching it every time. And he sells the shit out of it. He's such a great physical actor.
I did turn to my partner at that point, and I was like, that they're CGI, right? Those mummies at that point, surely.
Yeah.
Like they are. And I was literally like, could you imagine you're filming a dude who's just stood swinging a sword like an absolute maniac, like with nothing to aim at?
He would have had markers.
Keep going, buddy. You're doing a great job.
But it's also like he sells the punches, like he gives it weight. He sort of like stops and then goes through, and the sword actually has some bit of heft when he's pulling it out of one of the cadavers.
I feel like
and it's
this is one of the special features on the Blu-ray is like that scene in particular, and him
must be
him
really
filming it. Yeah, because
there you go.
And
were there any
talking
bits
about
you
how
fast
great
forwarded
he
and
is
rewinded, Gus?
Say again. What?
Were there any bits that you fast forwarded or rewinded?
There's nothing to fast forward in this movie. How dare you? Good God.
Yeah.
But
I got to ask the question.
It's in the show notes.
Yeah, it's literally.
It's
busts.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Fair.
In terms of like
such a dad thing to say.
Rewinding. A horse daddy thing to say.
A horse daddy. That's my favorite for the. There's always one stupid thing in an episode, and I think that's it.
I always loved the it's not even that amazing of a scene. I just love it. I love when they go to visit him in prison and how he just keeps getting beat up by the guards and just keeps doing cool shit and not being phased. Like punches out John Hannah and then gets beaten up by the guards and then makes out with Evie and then gets beaten up by the guards. And the whole time, even as he's being led to his death, he's just like, get me out of here. And this time I rewound it to watch specifically because I was like, am I correct in assuming this? And I was. When he's being hung and he's like, his neck didn't break. And it cuts to Brendan Fraser. He's hanging by his neck. He's just kind of like, ugh. He just doesn't give a shit.
This shit again.
Yeah, he's like, I'll get out of this because I always do. It's the most relaxed hanging I've ever seen. I just watched it. I was like,
brilliant.
This isn't even one of the big epic moments of the film, but it's peak Fraser. It's him just being like, I don't need to do anything other than be me, and you're going to be completely enthralled because I am so fucking charming. And he is.
This was like his
peak.
Yeah,
Absolute
like
peak.
I don't think he ever. I mean, I know that he's now an Oscar winner and all that kind of stuff, but like to go from things like Blast from the Past and Encino Man in particular, and
he was
School
just
Ties,
Link. Like, as far as I knew him anyway, he was Link in so many movies because he kept popping up to the point where like Pauly Shore tried to make sure he didn't get the role in Airheads because he's like, I might want him for something while he's filming that. And Adam Sandler's like, you're a dick. No, he's doing this movie. He needs to be a lead.
By the way, Tommy, we need to add Airheads to the list of shows. When I fucking
Airheads is
that
so
movie.
good and
perfect
forgotten time.
Perfect time to cut in and say, guys, if there are films that you've watched that you remember that Ad Breaks Order we should talk about, hit us up. You can find us on all of the socials everywhere. Just search for No Country for Old Films. We're there, baby. But carry on. I enjoyed this point. This is great. Anything about Brendan Fraser, I am 100% in to talk about.
Well, he nearly fucking died doing that.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is the movie that
out.
fucking began the end of things because it fucked his back.
Is that when it happened?
In the stunt that ruined him because it didn't work properly. But it's really interesting looking at him because you're talking about like he did Blast in the Past and he was Link. He'd done Gods and Monsters, but nobody really was like, we don't really want you to be serious. But then immediately after The Mummy, like in the same year, he did Blast in the Past, The Mummy, and Dudley Do-Right. And as soon as Dudley Do-Right comes out, everyone's like, Brendan Fraser, are we sure? And I remember watching, I didn't go to the movies, I watched it on VHS and I was like, what are you talking about? He's just being his wonderful, charming self again. But if you track it, like the wheels get shaky. They don't fall off because he does Bedazzled and Mummy Returns and Quiet American, which are
George
fine.
of the Jungle?
George of the Jungle was pre-Mummy, which I always forget.
Yeah, they looked at his body and they were like,
That was
get him in a
97.
fucking action-adventure movie now. Yeah.
I
Holy
always
shit.
forget that he had done Blast from the Past and George of the Jungle before he did The Mummy.
Yeah, well.
But after that, like it really
Mind-blowing.
gets shaky, and then it's, he has bit parts in like Crash and stuff, but there's a list of credits I've never heard of before Journey to the Center of the Earth, and then it's like, that's kind of it. It's Inkheart, it's Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, it's Furry Vengeance. But also, obviously, he was being blacklisted at the time because he was assaulted by a studio executive and called them out. And they're like, "Oh, just don't hire Frasier anymore." And he hurt his back, and he got depressed, and he got divorced, and then he gave way.
Fucking
the
like 90s,
Hollywood,
different
man.
time.
Yeah,
Whole
and
shit.
he just kind of like
Me
broke and went
too,
away.
Brendan Fraser.
But it's not just the peak of like anything that any actor could have done, but it's also weirdly an example of like, here's someone who is literally at the top of their game, at the top of Hollywood. He's the next Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
He is charming, beautiful, funny. He can do action. He can do drama. He can do anything you want. He can bring people in, and then boop, he was struggling almost directly from that movie. It all started to fall apart, which is just nuts.
Yeah,
and now thank God he's back.
But like, we haven't yet talked about the real hero of this film, who is the best in every respect, which is Benny, who I'm going to say this up top. I think the reason why number 2, number 3 and the Scorpion King movies were as maligned as they were was because they didn't have Benny.
Zero
he
Benny.
Was he was the perfect antagonist in this. Like, the bad guy is obviously Imhotep, the mummy. Boring. The one who's the sniveling little coward, that's the best character in this. He's the real bad guy. He tries to kill Rick. I'm just going to call him Rick because we're best friends. He killed my best friend so many times.
He's Kevin J. O'Connor is the actor. He's an excellent character actor.
Phenomenal.
He's in There Will Be Blood. He's the guy who comes and tries to convince what's his name, Plainview, that he's his brother.
Plainview.
Anyone who can grow a mustache that pencily is all right by me.
and
also probably evil.
Racistly pull out different charms and get them. And then the mummy says, "Oh," in the subtitles it says, "Oh, the language of the slaves. I might be able to use you." And I'm like, "Ixnay on the Ave slave."
Speaking of rewind moments, one of the moments I always rewound, and I'd completely blanked from my entire memory, was the boat scene. That's such a phenomenal action scene. It starts so like chill and everyone's playing cards. It shows, Jonathan at his absolute worst, can't keep his mouth shut. It does so much great character work in such a small amount of time. Then you get this phenomenal action scene where Jonathan is the hero somehow. I'm like, this is the best. Like that whole thing, and he throws Benny over the side of the boat. Like, it's got everything you want, and it sets perfectly up all of the characters in a way that I think movies struggle to do nowadays. Yeah, the character work is actually real. I mean, it's on the actors as well. Like, you get someone like Rachel Weisz in your film, it's totally. You're going to be kicking goals already. But it does a thing where so there's two different things that are engines for a movie. One is story, and one is plot. Story is character and all that stuff, and then plot is what helps you hang on to all of that. You understand what Rick's motivations are because we've set him up in the story, and then he slots into the plot, and then you'll be able to follow it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I feel like that is it's unique to this film, not at the time, but now, because they don't do that. The Matrix is another really good example of it as well. Great
where
example,
it's like we know who all these people are and what everybody wants, what they need. And most of the time now you're just expected to kind of get that because everything's franchise town, and it's like, well, you've seen this movie a half a dozen times already.
I was listening to a really interesting podcast just the other day, and they were saying that all movies fall into one of two categories. It's either close the gate or get the sphere. And that's so true for every single Marvel movie. You think about every single one of them, they either need to close the gate, it's probably a sky beam, or get the thing. It's the same. Whereas this, it kind of does all of it. It's you can close a thing and get the sphere and win the girl at the end. I would argue, a great movie.
I would argue that all movies fall into two categories. They're either The Mummy or they're fucking not. And guess what? One of those categories can suck at fuck, and I don't want to hear about it. Like,
this is why you get the kind of quality, guests, hosts on, because they really do just get to the root of it, and that leads very nicely into the modern rewatch verdict for The Mummy. It's modern, which is what a horse daddy uses on you, is a modern. It's like a gentleman's dildo, which is a dildo without balls, but it's wooden. That's what it is.
And at the start of our modern rewatch section, I have to ask a single question, which is, and I'm going to bring it back every time. This is my new segment of the show, which is absolute nonsense, but I'm going to bring it back.
I don't know so I'm excited.
Well, so last time we talked about Superman. We've done one of these episodes before. If you couldn't tell, we have pretended to do podcasting in the past. I asked Regan a very simple question. He doesn't believe he could beat up Marlon Brando. Now, I'm with that. I don't think he could either. But
Regan couldn't, or Superman couldn't?
Regan couldn't. I'm asking, could you, Regan, beat up this version of that person? So my question to you both is, could you beat up Benny?
Absolutely.
Yeah, in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
You're way coward. Confident there, Regan. You thought you couldn't beat up old fat Marlon Brando. You're like this.
But Brando's a fucking brawler and a psychopath. Benny,
he is. Yeah.
Benny throws his gun in the sand and runs and hides at the first sign of trouble. And then, think about it. When O'Connell finds him again on the boat, he's cowering like a little bitch.
Sniveling.
And then when O'Connell grabs him, he immediately is like, "Oh, Rick, my friend!" And then when O'Connell's like, "I'm gonna kill you," he doesn't fight back. He doesn't try to do anything. He just stands and goes, "Oh, think of my children."
We don't have
which
any
also
children.
a line that we overlooked, which is
great
just
line.
Brilliant.
Fabulous.
So
line.
you know, children like,
am I?
Fucking
you see, you could take out a simp like that. Like the Brando is hardcore. Not only would he beat the shit out of you, he'd fucking do anal with you with butter. That's he'd lube up your rectum.
Is that a thing people do?
It's a thing
Have you not
Brando
seen Last
did.
Tango in Paris?
It's a thing he did
Check
on
out Last Tango
camera
in
without
Paris
the actress's consent or knowledge that it
Exactly.
was coming.
Not a great moment in cinema history, and why I don't want to fight Brando, because I don't want to get a beating and then a buttering. So anyway,
so what we're saying is you're 1 for 2 now. So you think you can beat a single character? I'm trying to find where your level is, where you're like, ooh, this is a tough one. So
yeah,
I know
right.
The Brandos of the world is a big no, but like Benny, okay, right. And Gus,
I'd
you
be
think
more
you could beat him up
interested
too?
to think. Oh, easily. He's a cuck. I'd be more interested to see if Riggs thinks he could beat up Evie, because I don't think I could win that fight. Like
Evie,
I wouldn't want to.
She'd
I'd be
outsmart you.
distracted by her fucking weird plucked eyebrows.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the
And then in the sequel, she's fucking back like Caterpillar Gangbuster.
Yeah,
she looks
because
like
in
fucking Martin Scorsese by
1999, that's
comparison.
what eyebrows were. She's in
Yeah.
1923 and she has the most 90s eyebrows anyone has ever had in the history of the world.
There's something about 90s film stars. All my sexual awakenings happened all at once. I was just there. It was just
What
in
a
that
time.
moment.
It's funny because
the perfect one.
They go to so much effort to make Evie's hair like 20s hair, especially when
Yeah,
she's in
they
the
really
librarian
do.
mode, before she comes out in like the veil after all her clothes get wet, and everyone in the cinema was just like, holy shit, who is this actress again? What is this? Because
She's going to win an Oscar at some point, surely.
They do a good job of making her look quite like Dowdy and quite librarianish in the opening bit. Like, she's obviously cute, but you're like, yeah, all right, cool. And then she comes out in that black. It's burned into my brain. That black kind of robish outfit
with the
veil
and then all the
and
but it's just
smoky
these
eye
guys.
shit. And she looks at fucking O'Connell, and you're like, good God, this is.
They're going to do mouth
filmmaking.
stuff in the desert
This is cinema
with sand.
with sand.
Yeah.
But she's got the things like this, like the way that kids draw birds.
Why are you so obsessed with her eyebrows?
Just because I like
they
them
have
full of
problem.
eyebrows.
They're really
It's like
distracting.
it's
They are
and
really
look at,
distracting.
like you said, it's like 19. When's it set? 1932.
Yeah.
1932.
23.
Like, that doesn't make any
I
sense.
said that
20s.
with all the confidence in the world because I actually don't know.
Is it 32 or is it 28? Or
20. It's 23. You got the numbers right, but the wrong order.
It's 1923. Like,
Well,
think
actually,
about it.
I think it's 23 when they are fighting in the desert, and then it's 26 because it's like 3 years later.
Yeah, it's
when he's in
years
prison.
later. Yeah,
So I
that's
think it's
right. But my
26
point
when we're
is
in-
that this doesn't make any sense. I mean, at that time, she'd have had a full bush down there. That's all I'm saying. Like, it doesn't make sense. But anyway, that doesn't affect the
of
modern
all the
rewatch
things
verdict.
in this movie, of the resurrection
Of all the things
of
that
the
aren't
dead.
believable.
Yeah. Gus,
Well,
what were the
actually,
things...
this time there was one thing that caught me that I was like,
Yeah.
does that track? And it's at the beginning when Rick first comes across the statue and realizes something's amiss.
And that
And
cool
when the
face thing in the sand. Yeah.
Yeah, but how is he doing
Yeah.
that if he's trapped in the sarcophagus? Isn't the whole deal like he can't do shit while he's in there? It's not until he gets out that he can do anything.
Well,
How
the
can you
thing
control
about
sand and-
sarcophagi.
Sarcophagi?
Yeah, sarcophagan.
That should have been the name of this podcast.
Sarcophagi. Yeah.
Sarcophagi.
Damn it, we missed the trick. We're already committed to No Country. That's a shame.
God damn it.
Cormac McCarthy would be disappointed if we stop now. But yeah, no,
He's dead.
I
He'll
think it's
forgive
just
you.
that thing. It's the same as like in Ghostbusters, where there's just like localized disturbances because of energy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'll accept it. It's just
I thought
I've
it was
never-
just weird and cool. I didn't need an explanation.
That's
I
good.
never
Also,
noticed it or considered it in any way, shape, or form.
Stop
before.
hating on The Mummy 1999. I thought you liked this film, Gus.
I love
What's
it.
happening
You
here?
mentioned Rachel Weisz is going to win an Oscar one day. So did Frasier. Like the two leads of this
Yeah,
movie are
yeah,
Academy
yeah,
Award
that's right.
winning
Yeah, yeah,
actors. That's how
Yeah.
good this
and
fucking
Arnold
movie is.
Vosloo still sitting
Bald.
bitch.
You know, I don't know if you guys had this. I had a moment when I was watching it this time where I got really excited. I was like, oh my God, I think this might be one of the few movies from this era that actually cast people from the country it's set in. And I looked, no, not a single one of them.
South African.
No, South African, Iranian,
Yeah.
an Indian.
Let's
There's not
whitewash
a
the shit out of
single
this.
Egyptian man in this.
Well, I
fucking
mean,
movie.
they gave it a punt. Let's just put it that way.
Like,
Not far off.
Yeah.
Not far off. They tried.
Arnold Vosloo auditioned and like, what's your surname? Yeah, you're in. Great, no worries. We don't even need to see the passport. And he was like, oh, that's not an African. They're like, shh. Just don't talk yourself out of a gig, mate.
You've got this.
Can you just show us your upper thighs? Yep, that's fine. You're cast.
Yeah.
It's okay. You've got great thighs in the water.
Perfect, lovely thighs.
So yeah, does this hold up? Does the nostalgia help or hurt? I reckon it holds up. I think the nostalgia helps it. You forgive
Yeah,
the bad
agreed.
the bad CG and the like you appreciate the camp. And the fact that Brendan Fraser, like I said, has an Academy Award now is, I mean, I don't know what Crossroads with the Devil deal that he made, but
Good
fuck
for
my
him,
whole...
man. Good for him.
Yeah.
What do you mean,
you know what,
have you seen The Whale? I've never cried harder in a film. My God.
Oh, really? Okay, to be fair, I haven't seen it. I just was. It's just surprising to me that the guy who was Dudley Do-Right in George of the Jungle has a fucking statue.
It is a devastating work of art, that one. It probably doesn't like hurt at all that I also have a redheaded daughter and live in constant fear of disappointing my children. So him having Sadie Sink as his kid in that movie and him having disappointed her, I'm like, But
and you're also morbidly obese.
Well,
I was going to say,
I haven't left the house in 9 years because
the reason
because my partner died.
Bush, I mean, Christ.
the reason I haven't watched it is because I'm madly obsessed with morbidly obese men, so I would need to take tissues into cinema for a whole different reason.
You know what? if you ever want to like convince people of the majesty of Brendan Fraser and they hadn't seen either or both The Mummy and the Whale, that would be a hell of a double feature. Especially if you can tell them that they were unrelated.
One after the other.
There's like, so one of them, he's like a hunter, and the other one he's like an Ishmael kind of character. And you're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Okay.
That's sort of.
If you watch them back to back and like think about it, that this is Rick O'Connell like later in life, that would really get you.
It's a shared universe. I love that.
This is him and Evie's kid.
Oh no! Stop.
And she's dead.
Better version than the kid that they wound up with in Mummy Returns, honestly.
It's interesting
fuck
because
that kid.
It's interesting. I was talking about earlier about, you know, like the things this has really impressed on me. I think the thing that impressed on me was obviously that Brendan Fraser is a fucking phenomenal actor. But like one of the things that I've got an obsession, minor obsession. Maybe not so minor, with things like ancient wonders, like pyramids, all those types of things. I was joking about scarab beetles before, but like this is clearly a pivotal part of my life because like I'm not only obsessed with ancient things, but like things like dinosaurs too. And like we talked about this decade, you know, Jurassic Park coming out, this coming out. Like this is clearly a part of my life that's really shaped a lot of my personality in these things. And I'm like, I get that from this, and watching it back I'm like, yeah, Anubis is fucking cool. Why don't we talk about this more? So I think there's so much value in going back and rewatching these types of, you know, awesome 90s movies.
I had a realization this time that I'm sure will piss off Regan, but
that's what we're here for. Isn't that the whole purpose of this podcast? Aren't we to make dick jokes and make fun of Regan?
Yeah, I think that The Mummy,
the dick jokes.
For people of our generation in particular, I think The Mummy is a better and more fun rewatch than any of the Indiana Jones movies. I think you get the same
that's interesting.
thing, but
absolutely
better.
not.
Yeah, I know. But hear me out. Like by the time we came around to watching,
okay, thanks very much, Gus. It's been great.
Yeah,
it's been great
having you on the show.
By the time we got around to watching Indiana Jones, it was already old. Like it was already something that came out before we were like, we didn't go see it in the cinemas because we were little tiny babies.
Speak for yourself.
Are you a 57-year-old man?
I've been this age my entire life. I don't know. That's where I'm going with this bit.
You're Adeline. But it's like for people of our age, we got
that
to
was
go...
a deep cut Age of Adeline joke, dude, and I fucking really love it.
And hey, you know who's in Age of Adeline, don't you?
The Indiana, the very man. Yeah.
Harrison fucking Ford. Yeah, that's
I keep stepping on your point.
That's how you bring
finish what you were saying.
Well,
so,
we got to go
right,
see in cinemas. We got to experience the phenomena of The Mummy in real time. Like no one knew it was going to be a big deal when it came out, and then it was a big deal. And Brendan Fraser was a big deal. He was like the hot, funny, charming leading man. And this movie introduced us to like, you know, all of the things that you got in the Indiana Jones movies. You know, you got the tough, sexy, cool, slightly nerdish but also awesome woman. You got the nerdy sidekick who was a bit of comic relief. You got the truly scary bad guys, all those things. But this one happened as we were coming of age with it, and I think because of that, it takes, at least for me, like it takes me back to 1999, which I vividly remember, and I vividly remember experiencing this in real time, and it feels like more that it was mine Like, The Mummy was my thing that I grew up with, whereas
Yeah.
Why don't
somebody
you
else.
just fucking marry Brendan Fraser already, man? Like,
I
Christ
would if
alive.
he'd
Like,
have
get a
me.
room.
But like Indiana Jones, someone had to introduce me to Indiana Jones. You know, like someone had to be
Yeah.
like, "This is Indiana Jones. This is cool."
You see, like I
I
grew
came
up
to
with
see-
Indiana Joneses. They were literally like ingrained in me from a very young age. Like I watched them way too young. Like the melty face scene. We're gonna get to these movies at some point.
We're gonna have to.
You'll
yeah.
have to come back for at least one of the Indiana Jones films, Gus. Because
Well, he'll have to come back for Raiders because he hasn't been able to do that on his show.
Well,
It's the
exactly.
one I can never do. It's
Yeah.
the curse. The curse of a
Talk
sequel.
about hamstrung. Fuck.
But like this was like a natural evolution of those films for me. So it was like so I grew up with that, and there's a really interesting, funny point about Harrison Ford and Sean Connery being, I think they're like 12 years apart in those roles,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
not
fucking wild.
much.
I can totally imagine Sean Connery having a child at 12 though. To the point, this felt like a
anyone
natural, yeah, right.
Anyone could.
This felt like a natural evolution of not that character, but that stereotype character, and I think that's just why I love this so much. Like there was, like to me, it wasn't better or worse. It was just an extension of what I knew and I'd grown up with. Melty face.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think also personally, I love Egypt more than like Nazis. So I'd rather like hang out in Egypt with a mummy than go and watch whatever the hell the Reich is doing. It's just,
Well,
it's a
if
better
you watch the
time.
historical channel, you know everything about Nazis and Egypt by the time you're done. Absolutely.
That's
And
the poster
sharks.
for our show, by the way. I think I prefer Egypt to Nazis.
Nazis. Yeah. I'm changing the group chat to that. That's
You hang out
that's
in Raiders of the Lost Ark, and even if you're having a really good time, at some point, when you see the swastika, you've got to be like, oh yeah,
like,
but also
fuck these guys again.
like,
But-
but Auschwitz.
Why can't they just
but the
fight a
mummy,
mummy?
just like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about Brendan Fraser. We've not talked about the broader cast a little bit, but I think as well this is, to me, watching this back, really it felt like there's a found family blueprint in this that you see through a lot of the superhero movies going through. So you think about the team that you get at the end. The team you eventually end up with, it's Rachel Weisz character. You've obviously got Brendan Fraser. You've obviously got John Hannah. There is who's the guy? I always forget the dude's name. He's got the beautiful black flowing hair. He's one of the protectors.
Ardeth Bay.
Yes,
Ardeth Bay is Odith
phenomenal,
Pierre's character.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
But like, if you think about like all those found family films you've seen, the superhero ones, just pick one: Guardians of the Galaxy, Thunderbolts, anything. It's the same. It's a ragtag group of people who originally start off not really liking each other, and then they have to work together, and then they become good friends, and blah blah blah. And one of them probably falls in love with another one, Gamora. It's the same, and I was literally watching this going like, holy shit, so much of these movies that are happening now could have easily just been lifted from this template. It's perfect.
I mean, talking about Gamora, like Guardians of the Galaxy is like you get the charming
Literally.
rogue who's a criminal
Yeah.
who is saved by the
There's a tree in both.
outcast woman and the train dog.
I don't know.
I was reaching.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. It's you know that the high adventure stuff that we
Yeah,
love. You know, it's just and I love period pictures like this period of time. You know, those adventure films. You know, the Treasure of Sierra Madre and stuff. It's just it ticks all the boxes. And you know what, Gus, you're not wrong. Like it's in terms of it being like you know how much the Indiana Jones movies mean to me. But you're right. This movie is a fucking lot of fun. It's always good. Like it's one of those ones you can always put on. It's like, you want to watch The Mummy? Fuck yeah, I want to watch The Mummy. Like every time.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
not
watch
saying
The
that
Mummy,
you're
guys.
right.
Let's watch it right now.
There is
Let's put it
no
on.
baggage with the Mummy. You don't have
No.
like Indiana Jones has sequels that people are angry about, and then you know, Nazis, and then there's so many movies that we grew up loving. Like I don't know, actors and it become problematic or something goes wrong. You chuck on The Mummy at any point in time, and you're just like, fuck yeah, The Mummy. Like nothing makes you feel bad in this movie.
You say that. Tom Cruise tried to do one recently.
So I don't know what you're talking
We
about. I feel
ignore
like
that one.
Maps,
We're just gonna scratch that out.
well, you know that movie actually in a few years, once we've had a bit more time to recover for it, I think will be a beautiful artifact because it shows 1-to-1 how awesome the 99 The Mummy is and how hard it is to do something that good. Because you get the world's biggest and only remaining movie star going, I want to fucking make an awesome adventure movie, and it just is cocked up at every turn. They just could not get a single part of that movie correct.
I thought you were going to say how hard you were for The Mummy 1999. I was going to say, well, you've definitely given us the verdict on that all the way through. Before we move on to another bit of the show, I wanted to give some miscellaneous notes. I tend to just have notes, and I'm like, I don't know where this fits in any of my stuff. So here's a few things. So you mentioned O'Connell starts off in jail. What kind of fun do we think he was having to get a death sentence?
He had a very good time.
Right.
I think he had consensual sex with a rich and powerful man's wife. That is
Good call.
That's always been my feeling.
Good call.
Like
He was busted.
He gave
with
her a
his pants
sand
down.
job, and it was all good.
She was
Sounds
into
gobby.
it, and it just the man had more power and money than him, and that's how he wound up
Are,
in jail.
are you saying that he mirrored the mummy in this? Like
Yes.
he is the mirror, except in
Yep.
the modern times, so you can get
Yeah.
away with it.
Yep.
He should be scarabed to death.
Except he was just way more handsome, so he could get away with it.
Get away with it. He
Fossil
wasn't
is
as
pretty damn
bald as the
handsome.
day is long.
God damn. All right, miscellaneous
Looks like a
thoughts.
white Malteser.
Here's another one for you. We all suspend our disbelief in this, but fuck me, Americans are dumb in this film. Like, outside of, the obvious, every single fucking one of them. Like, they're sat there in the hotel room, they're like, we better not leave this hotel room. Bourbon? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm like, guys, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, you mean the 4 hot idiots? Yeah, that's
Hot
great.
messes. And I just had and I've said this already, but like the follow-ups really miss Benny. Like the reason I think those failed was because there is just a Benny shaped hole in those films. Like it's that humor, it's that dark side of the grayness of the bad guys.
They tried to give it to you with the character who flies the dirigible.
Yeah. Oh god.
The guy from Human Traffic. I can't remember the character's name.
Right.
They try and
right.
fill that gap, but yeah.
It doesn't quite work though. It's not the same.
They also
No.
give the screen time to the son, which is just never
Which
do
is a
that.
fucking waste of mine and
Never
your
make
times.
a little kid that important in a film. It's
I
a
thought you
terrible
meant the
idea.
actual sun. I thought they'd just done shots of the sun for like long periods of time. Like,
Well, there's a few of those.
No,
what
the little
what
boy.
movie or TV show has been improved by the inclusion of a fucking little shit? It just doesn't happen unless it starts with them like ET. You got knocked in the wrong direction altogether.
you're
Yeah, well,
so angry you can't even get your words out.
I know. I was halfway. I was about to cough as well.
it also forces us to have too big of a time jump with no real like development of the characters at all.
Yeah.
Like
And they look exactly the fucking same.
know.
I'm like, if you have a kid, and then the kid is like nearly 10 or whatever, you don't still look like Rachel Weisz.
or
know?
if you're Rachel Weisz, you do.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like
You
she
don't
would.
Brendan Fraser would have the grey or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Been talking all day. Two things that I noticed that I didn't notice when I was little. One, I mean, how many bullets does he need to shoot?
My God, so
It's
many
like a fucking
bullets.
John Woo movie.
So many bullets.
Ridiculous. And you know the guy who works at the museum?
Yes.
That's the Weisz and the Juice guy from
it
Encino
is.
Man.
You're
It
right.
is.
Is it?
Yeah. No, Weisz and the Juice. Like that guy. He's the guy who's accidentally, in air quotes, burns the map because he's
Yeah.
one of the protectors. He's one of the
I've never put that
Magi.
together before.
Yeah.
Weisz and the Juice
Hot
guy.
on the outside, icicle in the middle. 2 minutes.
Yeah. 1.5. Okay.
Pauly Shore changed my life. Son-in-Law is the reason I went to university. I watched all the Pauly Shore movies so much. I wouldn't be.
So, hang on a second. Wait a minute. Can we just handbrake back to that? Son-in-law is the reason you went to university.
Yes, it is.
Can you explain that?
You know how at the start of that movie they're at university and he's like he's the what do you call it, the SO, what is it, he's like the older student who shows the new students around. I can't remember what they call them anymore. It was an RA when I went to uni, like a resident advisor.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if that's what they call him in that movie, but it's just like he's this wild party guy and they're having all this amazing time, and she's from this little country town and she goes to this uni and like meets this crazy guy, and I was like, I want to be Pauly Shore in Son-in-Law. So obviously the way to do that is to go to university and just party my freaking ass off. So I wasn't going to go to university. I had no desire to do it. And then I, like towards the end of year 12, got like really drunk one night and was like, I'm going to apply for university. So I applied for what I thought was a performing arts degree to university, but mistakenly applied for journalism and got in. And like my mum woke me up like 2 hours later. She's like, "You got a letter from university." I looked at it, I was like, "I didn't apply for this." And I got into journalism at the wrong university because I applied drunk because of Pauly Shore and Son-in-Law. Very
Amazing.
self-explanatory.
Amazing. I like that was the clincher. Good old
Now we know.
Pauly Shore. He did something right. He got you a higher education, and God bless him.
And we all love him unless he did something terrible, in which case we knew he was bad all along.
Yep, exactly. Well, before we sign off, as is the thing that we do, do you want to play a little game?
I'd
Yes!
love to play the game.
Yes, I want to play a little game.
Did
Why have
did
you
we
held out
briefly-
so long?
We had one last week, so I haven't held out so long.
Okay, great. Very good point. Very good point. We've done
Gus,
this already.
do you want to play a game?
I'd love to play a game.
Gus, do you want to play a game?
Before we get in there, I just want to do a
Let me
little
get
bit
my
of
bucket
geeky
of
stuff.
sand.
Yeah, but before we get into it, a little bit of geeky stuff. This film was shot traditional 35mm Panavision 2:3:9:1, so it's beautiful, thin aspect ratio.
You just can't
There
help
is
yourself,
no
can you?
way. No, I can't. You fucking start a show with me. It's your own damn fault. There is absolutely no way in a million years they would make an adventure picture like this now. 35mm looks gorgeous. The light and color is rich. The blacks are pure black.
The action
it's
stunts
just-
as well. I mean, all of it. It's so real.
Yeah. It's so stunning and just so traditional and classical in its storytelling and in the way that it moves. It doesn't have, there's no stabilizers or drones or anything. They're cranes and dollies and Steadicam, and I fucking love it. So anyway, enough nerd stuff. Let's play Name That Mummy. All right, welcome to Name That Mummy. Now, the way that this works is that over the course of a season of shows, there's a possible 104 points.
Cool.
If Tommy gets 80-ish, there's a treat involved for him at the end of the season. So you can help him here.
Ooh. All right.
So if he doesn't get it and you do, he still gets the point. Do you know what I'm saying?
What if I don't want him to have the points?
Well, it doesn't. It's of
What
no
if-
consequence.
what if I
All
keep
right,
it?
if you want to be a dick about it, like that.
I mean,
What
Then
if I
don't
know,
say
what if I
obviously
know the
that's what
answer
I'm
to his
talking about.
question? I
No,
don't
No,
get it right.
it's one question for both of you, and
right,
if you
nice.
both get it right, you get a point. But if one
Wait,
of
we
you's
both
like,
have
I'm
to
not
get
sure,
it right. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for letting me be here. I'm very excited to be on the show. This has been the best. This has been the best experience of my entire life. I'm so excited to meet you, Regan. But also, I love that you say season because this is just an ongoing show. So yeah, great, perfect. We can play this game as much as you
Well,
want.
it's seasons like 52 episodes basically. So
Go
anyway, I'll handle that part of it. Anyway, are you ready to play?
ready.
Yes.
Awesome. Which famous time-altered mummy nearly fucked her own son by accident?
Oh, is that?
Can we confer?
You can talk to each other about it, yeah.
Hello, I'm Tommy. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Tommy. I'm Gus. We met,
Are you
we
coming
met
on
in
to
that-
me? Because I'm
we
getting
met in that
some
bathroom
strong.
stall last month. That immediately, what jumps out to me is Back to the Future. But I don't. I mean, would you call that mummy time
Yes.
altered? She's in a
100%.
time altered situation.
Well, she is altered by the time you get to the end of it, and you are right. It's Back to the Future,
It
but what's
is.
her name?
Her name is Michael J. Fox's mum.
Don't look it up. I can see you looking it up.
It's hang on.
You're on video, dick mold. Like, come on.
This chip. Oh, god damn it! Is
It's
it?
something McFly. Oh wait, have I didn't say virgin name. That's the wrong word. Maiden name.
Think about when Biff shouts it at her. One day you'll be my wife.
Marion.
It's not Marion. Marion McFly.
One day you'll be my wife, Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know what the fuck is happening in this conversation. We got the answer right.
No, you didn't. You can't say it's. You've got to name the mum.
But Marty McFly's mum.
Yeah.
It's not. It's Lorraine. You don't get that point.
Oh, that's lame. Who's going around calling mums by their first name?
Yeah, good point. All these
I don't know.
answers should be
People who've
mums.
seen
You
the
didn't
movie.
say which
Yeah.
woman who is in this film. Or you said which mum, and we told you the mum, Marty
Yeah, we
McFly's
did.
mum.
I'm with you. Let's change
You're not
the
getting
rules.
the point because
God damn it.
I'm the boss. So
Ask
eat
the
a bag of salt
internet.
and vinegar dicks.
Ask the internet. I bet you they're on our side.
Internet. Tell
All
us
right,
what you
if-
think.
If everybody gangs up on me on the internet, I'm still going to not give you the point because
God
fuck
damn
them.
it.
Okay, this one you've got it. This mummy went on a roaring rampage revenge for her little samurai film loving daughter.
Oh, this one's very obvious. Do you want to?
I just have no idea. You go.
Oh, all right. Well, it's because we're being specific. It's the bride, aka Beatrix Kiddo. Is that enough?
Well done.
Of a
You just had to say the bride, but that's fine. The game
Oh,
is
oh,
called
now I just have to
Name
say the
That
bride.
Mummy. Just so you know, you're going to be naming mums.
The mummy.
So if we say the
1999.
bride, some generic friggin' term, that's fine.
Well,
but if we say
I
Marty
didn't want to be
McFly's
too specific.
mum-
Yeah, I'm giving you a
Regan!
hand on that one. All right,
Don't be
fuck
too
this game. Fuck this game in the ass.
No, go on. I want to hear the rest of the questions.
Talking about mummies.
No, I'm having
All right.
fun. Keep going.
Here we go. This one's a little bit different. This one's actually naming the show, okay? Not the mum. I'll give you the name of the
Frasier.
mum. No. Name the 90s. You ready?
Ready.
I don't think you're taking this seriously, motherfuckers. This is legit.
I was
Regan,
guessing the lead actor's
thank-
name is Brendan Fraser. You said
Thank you very much
90s.
for having
I
me
was
on the
like,
show. I'm really excited to be here.
His mum is
Can you-
dead in that show. Maybe you were going to say name the famous psychiatrist from Seattle's mum who is dead for the entirety of the show. Fraser.
No. Let me get the question out.
Well, you should have asked-
fucking
you should have asked that
homunculus
question.
mongoloid. Oh my God. All right, here we go. Name the 90s TV show in which Joyce...
Frasier.
That's the name. Shut up. Shut your face. Shut your little British face. Do you want to hear the rest of the fucking thing?
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Name the 90s TV show in which Joyce, that's the name of the mummy, was killed by natural causes in a very unnatural program.
Fraser. What are you talking about?
Frasier, for fuck's sake. It's definitely not Frasier.
Natural causes in a very unnatural what?
Yeah.
Show.
So she died. She died of a brain tumor, but the show that surrounded her was supernatural in nature.
Supernatural.
No. I would not get, for starters, it's not 90s, you fucking
Is it
idiot child.
I've got one in mind, but I think it might be too niche. Is it Enjoying Everyday Life?
No, I've
Is
never
this,
heard of that.
this isn't the show where like the whole show is connected to every show that's ever existed and it turns out it's on a little boy's head?
No.
No? X-Files.
No.
All right. The mum Joyce dies of a brain tumor, but it's
In season 5.
Oh my
geez.
God.
All right, so this isn't like... I was thinking this is like a setup for the whole show.
Yeah, me too. I thought
is
this was the
buried
show.
deep when they were
No,
fucking
no.
desperate for
no.
ratings.
This is just something that happens during all of the other things.
Nah, no idea.
Can you
It's
just-
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Does the
You know
mum die?
I've
in that?
never watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I
Well,
didn't get-
now you know that
in
Joyce
season
dies.
5,
Thank
she
you.
goes to
You've ruined it for
university
me.
and there's like a military underneath the university that she goes
It's
to,
that
just like
season,
coincidence.
yeah.
Yeah, that's when I stopped watching. I got like 3 episodes in that. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I turned it off.
Actually, that's season 4. She dies the next season. But still, it's understandable you didn't know it. Okay, let's see if you get this one. This one's a good one.
Okay.
This fierce
Frasier.
rope. Oh, fuck my hole. Okay, that's it. I quit the pod. 2 episodes in. What a great run. What a great run.
And that's it, folks.
You say that, but you actually quit the pod in the chat when we were getting ready for this episode last
I
week.
did too.
You quit every week.
I'm fickle like that.
Come on.
This fierce robo-fighting mummy tries to save her son
Sarah
from
Connor.
the future. And boom.
Yes.
Boom.
I didn't even hear the
Well
answer.
done.
What the fuck was the answer?
Sarah Connor.
Sarah
Oh,
Connor.
Sarah Connor, right.
Now you're getting in my wheelhouse. This is what I'm about, baby.
All right, this one should be easy.
Buffy.
Last question. She is the matriarch of a goth comedy fam. What's her name?
Goth comedy.
Morticia Adams?
Bang. There we go.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Well done, gentlemen. You got 3 out of 5. Congratulations.
Four out of
Excellent.
What do we
Well
win?
done, one and all.
A speedboat.
And
If I
thanks
had
again for playing Name That Mummy.
If I had any notes, just not enough questions about Seattle-based radio doctors. But other than that, really good, really fun segment.
That's
Enjoy.
totally fair. Yeah.
Classic.
Okay. Next, what's the next movie
Classic
that we're doing?
Regan.
Silence of the Lambs. How am I going to? Oh, he's a doctor. I can just have it be doctor adjacent. So
There you
that's
go.
totally fine.
I've made that.
I like that idea, or horror adjacent in general. Guys, look, we really appreciate you coming back for the show. We appreciate you, Gus, for joining us. Thank you
Thanks,
so
brother.
so much. Gus, where can our lovely listeners find you
I
and
mean,
watch us?
Fucking around sandpits giving jobs. I'll tell you that much.
just hanging around near anywhere there's a hole, you'll find me just hanging around. Bloody love a hole. Standing in them, standing next to them, making them. If you
That went on way too long.
if you
I loved it.
lucky-
I loved it.
lucky you're going to edit this to make me look good and not bad. If you like listening to stupid movie talk, but not the original So, usually not the best ones. Sequels suck. You can find me there talking a lot about movies that are not the original. It's a strange premise. I'm realizing the longer we do it is like, let's talk about everything except the first ones.
I love it. I fucking love Sequels Suck. It's one of my favorite shows.
How many episodes we are in now, and we're not stopping, and neither is Hollywood, so we'll be here forever.
How about this? For all the originals of the early movies that you want to talk about, you can come on and talk about them on our show.
You just opened yourself up to a whole lot of trouble.
And a whole lot of sandpaper. Guys, this has been No Country for Old Films. Thank you. Please come back and visit us next time at your nearest video store. What are your memories about The Mummy 1999? Where did you watch it? Did you watch it on DVD? Did you watch it on video? Did you have sexual awakenings when you watched Brendan Fraser for the first time?
That's ubiquitous.
I think you know what we all did. Let us know. Hit us up in the comments for this video, or find us on Instagram, TikTok, all the places. We are No Country for Old Films. If you want to send us an email, send it to nocountryforoldfilms@gmail.com. We have things everywhere, and please give us a 5-star review. We need it. We really do fucking need it. This is a new show.
Episode 2. This is critical times, folks.
Really helpful if you would do that. Gus, thank you so much for sticking with it. Riggs, you're the best. Don't forget to rewind before returning.
Peace.